Hello and welcome to Mock Productions. You're here with me, Matthew, and yes, here we go. Finally, the day has arrived that it has been announced, and it's bang on when I said it was. I'm very surprised. I thought I was going to have to do this tomorrow. However, happy days. I think everyone's going to be rejoicing now that the news has finally come out. The name is official. We already knew what the name was from the previous news update. If you haven't already seen that, go check it out. But in this one, we're going to be going through. I've basically decided to have two different news updates. One introducing the actual game, showing off some of the characters, and then the second one will just be screenshots. So if there's a little bit of a difference, but it won't be intermingled, and there won't be a big, massive news update. Fingers crossed. But there is quite a bit to talk about, so I'm not going to waste any more time really, and just get into it really, because there is just a fantastic amount to go through. Firstly, I think you'll probably want to see this. This is the logo for Skylanders Superchargers. The logo needs to get even bigger. This is fantastic, amazing. The colours are really awesome. The overall character designs, which you can see here, you're probably thinking, whoa, what is going on here? And to be honest, yes, I think a lot of people are going, what is going on? It's going to take a lot of time, well, maybe, I don't know, depends on the person, to actually get used to all of these new characters, and especially these vehicles. Oh yes, the vehicles are in. But the good thing is that obviously at the top we have three of the old Skylanders, and they're massively reposed. What is Terrafin doing? I mean, he just looks amazing. Trigger Happy is doing something. He looks like he's got some sort of, I don't know, judo suit on or something. And then all of them seem to be in some sort of racing suit, which is rather interesting. But there is a lot to talk about. The logo here is fantastic. It really goes into the Supercharger sort of car theme. You can see the characters here. You might even be able to see one which we have discussed before in colour, which is rather awesome. But obviously you can see a boat, a jet, and also this car in front. And we have actually talked about this car. I called it Hot Steak, which is what it actually said on one of the sites, but it is in fact Hot Streak, but we will be getting to that. There is just so much to talk about. It's awesome, and I can't believe that it's finally arrived, and we're able to actually talk about this now and get going on all of the new news and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, let's move on to the next thing, which we'll start actually going over all of the different characters, because there is a lot to talk about, and it's going to be really, really cool. So, firstly, the starter pack. We can have a look at what the starter pack looks like. Now, you'll see a new portal there. Boo, hiss, maybe, I don't know. Happy days for some people. In my case, loving this new portal. I really like that blue sort of gassy feel coming out of it. What people might also want to know is, I'm going to just jump ahead here, traps are compatible. So if any of you were wondering, are the traps going to be compatible? Oh, yes, they are. And they're going to go in that hexagonal slot, which you can't really see from this angle, but hopefully in a few others you might be able to see. Really liking the colours. It really does, it makes the game stand out a bit. And you can definitely see one of the characters now in the toy form, which we've already talked about, but we will get to them. But you can see here we've got Stealth Elf, we have Spitfire like we said, and we also have Hot Streak, not Steak. You can also see they've done the exact same as Trap Team, where on the side it'll say you've got the game, you've got the poster, you've got the portal, and also you've got the characters, their cards, and their stickers. So that's basically what it says. We can't exactly see around the poster, but the poster seems very middle, if that makes any sort of sense. It's very centered. The logo is centered and everything seems to be centered, rather than the one that we had previously in Trap Team, where the logo was off to one side and then everything was sort of dotted all over the place. This does look really awesome. So much to talk about, but traps are compatible. That's one thing definitely to talk about. Obviously, vehicles are here, which is super duper awesome. Now, the traps actually might not be the thing that people have wanted. I don't think. Now, it's not 100% confirmed. This could change in the future, but apparently the traps will not actually allow you to release the villain, but it will give you an upgrade of sorts. It might give you some extra ammo or more damaging ammo or some sort of ability. That's apparently what they're going with. So if you've got a life trap, you'll get life ammo or some sort of life extra bonusy thing. But that's just something to say about. But if you do actually put all these all your little traps in, so maybe if you don't want to show them all off and put them all in when you're recording or when I'm recording, but I probably will. When you put them in, you'll actually unlock Skystones, and that's another thing that's coming back, which is called, I've got my papers here like last year. Where is it? I think it's called Skystones Overdrive. Yes, there it is, Skystones Overdrive. Really cool how that sets into the actual the concept of the cars and all that. These cars look amazing. They are actually figures. They are figures, and I'll get to that. They're quite unique, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Probably people are wondering how many figures and all that sort of stuff is going to be happening here. I wouldn't expect it to be as expensive as previous years, but you never know. There are going to be 20 of these vehicles and 20 of these superchargers. Now, that is all I've heard so far. I know that they're bringing, I think it's 10 new Skylanders and 10 old. That doesn't mean that they're not going to bring out maybe 20 extra normal core sort of figures, or 10 of them, because obviously we now have 10 elements, and those 10 elements are present. You might be able to actually see in that little background thing the sun and the moon elements, so that's rather cool that they're implementing that again, leading on from Trap Team. But yes, packaging looking really awesome, shows off all the figures. Obviously it's not final, it might not look like this, but I'm really hoping it is, because this looks super duper cool. The figures look awesome, so thumbs up for me, says I. So let's move on and see what we got. So, of course, we know who this is, and yeah, it's Spitfire. This is basically the guy that I was showing off. It was actually the black figure. The figure that we were showing off that was completely black, as if he'd just been dipped in charcoal. But you can see here, very interesting how it changes. The colours add so much dimension to the the character, and I would more mistaken. It looks like a combination of several elements. It looks like fire. It looks like undead. It looks like rock, and it looks like tech. All of these different things on here suit him really well. But I really like the gassy sort of flame look. That really does add something to him, and he does look really awesome, especially in colour. Now that we can actually see this guy in colour. Let's just have a little look here. We do have a few moves, but I'll go into that when we're on his screenshots and all that sort of stuff. The good thing to note is that, because obviously there's 20 of these, what they're calling superchargers, as it says in the name, there are 20 of these superchargers, there are 20 vehicles. Each supercharger has their own vehicle, but that doesn't stop any other Skylander from previous games jumping in the vehicle. So any combination, any sort of person, Skylander can just jump in the vehicle and drive it around. And it has definitely done exactly what I really wanted it to, is that it's not just a straightforward drive forward sort of concept. You can go left, you can go right. It's a 360 sort of environment, so you can turn around in it, which is really cool, and that's what I wanted, especially with vehicles. In game, the vehicles actually do look, they're small. They are quite small. They're not tiny, but obviously vehicles are probably a little bit bigger than the actual Skylanders, so you do actually, they're sort of small in there, which I think is accommodating for the size of some of the levels, because you don't want them too big and you don't want them absolutely mini. But that is pretty cool. And what happens is that if the superchargers are in their own car, that car will be able to be, I think it's like specialised and like heated up. Now with Spitfire and Hot Streak, if they go on at the same time, or if they go on together, basically what happens is that you basically he charges the vehicle up, and it just totally explodes into something different. The tyres go spiky, the back of it is more flamey, and it's just really cool. I really like this concept. Now, talking of the vehicles, there are going to be 3 of them. I think we discussed them. We actually discussed this before, I think in the previous update, where I wanted it to be air, sea and land. And that's basically what we're getting. And I did say we could have different concepts, sort of like Swap Force, where we had like a heavy car, a small car. Those seem to be sort of going into sort of concepts. But the good thing is that all these cars are going to be different. They're not going to just be a car, a plane. It's going to be a helicopter. I know some people have been commenting, I want a helicopter. You're going to get a helicopter. They've already said that. It's already been released in the trailer. By the way, I will put a link to the trailer in the comments below, because I think it would just be really cool for everyone to see that. It's just a bit of fun, but it also shows off a bit of gameplay footage, which I can't exactly show on these. But yeah, they've even talked about spaceships and tanks. That's going to be pretty cool. Now, no word on multiplayer, but who knows? Who knows? I do have a comment coming up though about that whilst I was watching the videos. Now, I really like this. These new background cards or background sort of designs for the actual figures brings out a lot of detail to the actual figure, and shows a lot more. You know, you are a fire element, you have volcanoes in the background, you are going to stay a fire element. This guy looks awesome in this background. Very snake-like, and his moves are pretty cool as well, but like I said, I'll get to that. But really like this guy. And obviously now here is his car, which is Hot Streak, and you can see this is actually coming into the portal, and you can see these blue tyres, really sort of glowy. I wish it was light core though, but who knows, they might be light core. We haven't actually seen them on, well, I haven't personally, I haven't seen them on the portal actually lighting up or anything, so maybe they might implement it, maybe they're not going to, maybe there could be a whole new light core section, but we don't know yet. A few things have been mentioned here, but not everything. We're not learning everything, which is fair enough because they can, you know, keep going and we can learn a bit more about it. But yeah, there we go. There's Hot Streak, and obviously you can see on the bottom where it says Hot Streak, the two little elemental things there for like land. There's three of them, so you've got land, sea, and air, and it sort of just defines them as different zones. So rather than having about 8 to 10 different zones, we've only got 3, which are, you know, the land, sea, and air. So, you know, there's going to be different things going on there. So, yes, there is the actual figure for this, the Hot Streak, which does look really, really cool. And these figures, well, I say figures, they're not collectibles. These figures actually are going to move. No, I'm not saying you can dismantle them or anything, but I am saying that some part of them will move. So in Hot Streak sort of concept, the wheels move. So rather than just like, you know, dumping it on the portal and not being able to like actually move them around or anything, which is a really good concept how they've got it a bit more lifelike, is that it's actually going to be able to move and you can push it around on your desk or the floor and it'll roll around because it doesn't actually have a base. The base is sort of built into the whole car thing, which is awesome. Really cool design concept there. And obviously it's a little bit of a blurry image, but that you can see the two of them. You can see I was going to say Hot Fire. Who's that? Spitfire and Hot Streak. Oh, there's so many names. Hold on, I've written them all down. Spitfire and Hot Streak, yes, I did get them right. They're going to have to keep remembering these now, but this looks really cool. A nice combination. You can definitely see, and that's the good thing, is that all of these different characters have their own unique cars, but you can see straight away, oh, this one goes with that one. Fair enough, really cool. Almost like Swap Force, but not like 100%. So, yes, let's move on. This one, here we go, Sure Shot Stealth Elf, not Shroom Boom. I noticed that when I was having a little think about the name. I was thinking, where have I heard Sure Shot? Well, Stealth Elf has got it now. And you can see here that she is also a Supercharger. So, like I said before, 10 of the old characters will be being supercharged. Let's just say it like that. So you can see she's in a sort of racing suit, looking pretty cool. She hasn't got any daggers, which is rather interesting, but they're sort of built into this wooden cannon thing, which is super, super awesome. Again, I will be going through the moves in the next video, so if you want to stay around for that, that will be coming up right after this one when it's been uploaded. There is her little background. Really liking this. Really looks awesome. She almost looks like a bit of a woodcutter and all that. She's going to like chop down trees and stuff. But yeah, I really like this one as well. Well, you're going to have to get this one because it's in the starter pack. And there is also a bit of information about the starter pack, but that will be to come. Now this one is called Stormblade. Yeah, that one sounds pretty cool. She's basically stolen Stealth Elf's daggers and all that, and they're right here really. The wings look really cool. I like how the daggers that she's holding look like... Oh no, hold the phone. Oh no, hold on. Those wings are actually attached to her suit. So, I'm just looking at the figure now and I can see that, yeah. That's why they look exactly the same. That she's just ripped them off her feathers, but I don't think she's going to do that. You can see sort of a pinky purple bird underneath, so I'm guessing this is going to be a female. The suit is blue, so it's giving that sort of boyish sort of look to it, but it's still a pink. I'm gonna guess it's a female. I don't know what sort of bird it is, but it's a bird nevertheless. Really liking the suit, especially with the wings, and that does tie into her attacks. You can see on the little engine down below as well, which I like that concept of everyone having an engine, and underneath you've got this sort of flame or air or life pouring out of it, but that's really cool. You can see which one it is by just looking at the front of it. Again, a really nice figure there. Probably going to be a day one figure. I'm going to guess that this is going to be a day one figure and we're going to see this sort of straight away at launch. But who knows? They've done it before where they've just changed it up. Who knows? Right. So, let's move on. Obviously, I've already said Stormblade. There is the figure in hand. Yes, definitely. That wing is attached to her sleeve. She's got a bit of a cuff going on there, which is attached to those wings, so that's why. Interesting. Very interesting concept there. And there is the actual airy sort of look. I really like this one as well. It does look really, really cool. She's sort of throwing the spears, but it really does look really cool. The uniqueness of all of these figures surprises me so much every year. It really does. It really is such a unique concept to just be able to go, whoa, new characters, and you think, where have you dreamt these up? But they have, and it's really cool. So, this thing, well, this one is called the Sky Slicer. Really, really cool. This is actually one of the air... the air vehicles. I couldn't even think of what it is. Now, I don't know what part moves on this, but I would guess the wheels. I mean, there's not a lot that you can see on this that's actually going to move. The steering wheel, I don't think would move. That's being a little bit silly. But I really like the concept of this. Got like a turbine in the back, so you can stay cool whilst propelling out heat to get you going. Really like the concept of the wing at the top, very bird-like, and this is basically the companion for Stormblade. And there they are together on the portal. There's a bit more an up-close look on the portal, and you can see the little hexagonal sort of slot, which is where the actual traps go. But I like the little design for the actual engine, sort of like you're just about to start the game. That's the way I can just sort of see it, is that you are putting a figure on to start the game. You are like turning the key on the engine, and the game is going to start, and you'll be able to go. There is a screenshot of the two of the different figures, the actual vehicle and her. Again, looking really, really awesome. Definitely those wings are attached to those sleeves, looking at all of that. But I really like that one. It's going to be, I'd say a lot of females and all that are going to be rather interested in this one and pick her up probably day one if she comes out. But yeah. So moving on, this one, Dive Bomber. This is a water one, and you can obviously see what this is. It's basically a submarine. This one is looking really cool. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, well, this one goes with Stealth Elf. She's the other one that's being shown off. Oh, no. I have got images of who this goes with, and you'll hopefully be able to see why it goes with this specific one. But I don't know the name of it, which is rather annoying. But this one is really cool. The pictures here, I think, make it look bigger than they actually are. Now, looking at the looking at these vehicles, you can see compared to the actual figures, they are slightly small. Well, it looks as if they're slightly smaller. I mean, you see them in videos and you think, oh, they're tiny, and then you get them in hand and you think, whoa, okay, these are really awesome. But I like in the concept that they haven't just like gone there's your submarine. They've actually put what looks like detail on the bottom and aging on the front where the glass window is. The little torpedo-y bombs on the side bits, they looking really cool. The detailing is just fantastic on here, and they don't skip out on anything. It's really, really cool. Obviously, there you go, dive bomber. Now, there we go. This is the one I think it's definitely going to be. Water element. I don't know what this one is called, but it has one eye. That's pretty cool. A one-eyed dive bombing thingamabob. I don't know what sort of thing. It doesn't really show a lot of detail as to actually what this creature is. It's just an eyeball in a suit. Interesting. But also there is that one as well, which I can't really tell you what the name is, but hopefully that name might be revealed soon. But it does look really, really cool, having that little dude in that. And you can I think personally, you can see that that guy is actually going to be in that, which is really cool. And then there's a few little screenshots here of some of the different, actions bits where people have just taken pictures. So, I do give credit to people, so, obviously I haven't been there, so having these pictures online and all that to be able to use is just fantastic, and you're actually able to be a part of it and sort of think, whoa, first person pictures. But as you can see here, this is what I'm trying to give you the detailing on, is that Stealth Elf's figure here compared to the vehicle is taller, but I think the vehicle is going to be bulkier, which is a rather cool sort of idea. Obviously the base is giving her a bit more height, but you've got to sort of think, oh yeah, you're going to go into this vehicle, go for it. But there we go. So, next one, there we go. We've got, I got to keep remembering these names, Stormblade and Sky Slicer there together on the portal. That is looking pretty cool. And you can definitely see the links between them with the colours and all that. So they've done a really good job with that, and that's really, really cool. Again, all three of them there, you can see the actual little submarine there, and how the sizes compared between the different ones and the actual figures. I don't know about any cores, because Stealth Elf is looking not more... She doesn't really look like a core, but she could be. I don't know. The bases make it look as if they're not cores, but they could be. But out of those three, personally, I really like that car a lot. The sort of dragster thing. The jet does look really cool, and so does Dive Bomber. But overall, that car at the moment is really taking favourite, and I'm glad that is in the starter pack to start off. So we've also got just a little bit of a group photo on the portal. And the portal design is pretty cool. It's very flat, almost the same as the No, actually, the other one was like a plastic sheet, like a plasticky, portally like clear plastic thing. And then the ring was able to actually think, okay, this guy's on the portal, brilliant, let's put him in the game. And it's sort of the same design, but with the trap thing. So I'm guessing there's going to be a speaker on this trap somewhere. And then there's just another... So, this is another thing, is that you can see that you can get, obviously, co-op. So we can have co-op again here. Multiplayer, I don't know. I'm fingers crossed, because there has been a comment. I was having a look on some other videos on on YouTube. And basically there was just one of the guys in there. He said... where is it? That basically certain things couldn't be revealed, so they still have news to come. So I'm guessing the major thing would be other characters. Are there going to be other characters, or is it going to be these 20? Is it going to be a smallish game? If so, if it's a smallish game, does that mean they're trying to make up for maybe a multiplayer? Even if it's racing, it's something towards a multiplayer. So let me know, guys, if you'd like to actually see a multiplayer racing. Although it might not be a multiplayer fighting or a multiplayer cooperative 4-player sort of thing, racing is a good step forward, I think, and I'm up for that, especially with all these different cars and all the different combinations of different things. I think that would be a really cool concept, and I'm fingers crossed that it might do that, but I'm not holding out for much, but I am hoping so much. But let me know your own sort of comments on that. And there you go. There's just Dive Bomber on his own on the portal, looking a little bit lonely and sad. And there also, I mean, look at the difference in size there in the picture. The portal's quite small, and so's the submarine. And then all of a sudden you get a massive portal and a massive car. So it is very deceiving when you're looking at these pictures and you actually think, well, hold on, what's going on here? But no, they really do look awesome. There they are off the portal there. You can see Stormblade and Sky Slicer without looking at the pieces of paper. Yeah, really, really cool. Can't really see what's going on there in terms of like articulation on the actual vehicle, but fingers crossed. I didn't say about dive bombers. Dive bombers is the actual back of it with the propellers. You can actually spin them around, which is pretty cool. And then finishing off this section is obviously Stealth Elf and Dive Bomber, just showing them off together, and you can definitely see the size differences, that the figures seem to overcrowd the actual vehicles, but it's nice to see these little vehicles which you can actually have in hand. Now, obviously that's all the different sort of pictures which I've gathered for this section, and obviously there will be another one which will be coming up straight away, so once it's uploaded you can go view that one. Now, anything to talk about? The vehicles, right. Let's just go through this. The vehicles will be upgradable, however, you will need to have a supercharger within them to upgrade them. So if you just have a random, I don't know, Swap Force person, they won't be able to be upgraded. It does sound a little bit silly, but the thing is, I think it is a good concept where, and I even would say that the driver, the actual person and their vehicle can only be put together and upgraded, rather than just having another supercharger jump in and be like, it's not my car, but I'll do it. But basically, the sort of upgrades, I'm not 100% sure if you can unlock them. I guess you can, but you do find mods and upgrades on the floor, or in secret chests and all that. So that probably will be another sort of concept for these. It will be certain different sort of things going on. Whether the wheels change, the propellers change, the design of them changes in some way, the weapons change, something like that. But it will be really awesome that you can actually upgrade these little portable little vehicles and all that sort of stuff. The actual game itself apparently will be on foot and vehicle, so apparently on one site it did say 50-50 split. Whether it will be that, I don't know, but that'd be pretty cool to have 50% on foot and then 50% where you have to race to an area and then I don't know, knock a few people over. So that'd be not that. Plus the fact that all of these vehicles do have weapons, so that's really cool. What was I going to say next? Said about the traps, said about those, where the different vehicles, 20 things, yes, we talked about that. Now, people are probably wondering, is he back? Yes, Chaos is back. Chaos is back, I don't know how, but I'm, in a way, sort of happy. I just really want to know how he's come back. I'm guessing that'll be answered straight away as soon as you put the disc in. It'll be like, now Chaos has returned, your trap is now broken, go away, leave us alone. I don't know if it'll be like that. Apparently, though, this is apparently the sort of backstory is that you've basically come into Skylands again once more, and Chaos is basically winning after coming back from being stuck in a trap. He's teamed up with the Darkness, apparently, and it's got a sort of actual person form, so I don't know what that's doing. The Doom Station of Ultimate Doom Destruction, there we go, actually is destroying Skylands as you sort of speak. So basically Eon has basically got Skylanders present and past, or no, present and past? Yeah, no, well, past, present, and future, whatever you want to really put it, when the game comes out, then it's just going to be new sort of Skylanders, and you're like, hey, guys, and then there's going to be old ones like Stealth Elf and all that sort of stuff. Actually, that's going to be really cool, actually seeing, hold the phone, I think I know what Trigger Happy's weapon, car thing is going to be. I think it's going to be a tank. That, or if Sprocket comes in, then that'll be a tank. So that, there's so many things. Let me know in the comments below what sort of combination and what sort of vehicle you'd like to see with the different people. Maybe you've got a random one from Trap Team that you'd like to see. Maybe like Rocky Roll, and he actually has a Rocky Roll car. So it's a boulder and it's a car or something like that. But yeah, basically the Doom Station thing is actually destroying Skylanders, and Eon has called upon all these to help with these magical vehicles, and they're all going off to fight against evil. Looking at some of the videos and all this, the actual trailer itself, you'll probably be able to see, I saw this straight away, the graphics on there seem to be very, very good. Super duper good, actually. So I can't wait to actually experience that in person, because they've got different concepts of having fog and water, obviously, because we're going to be in the sky and water, so they're going to have to add in all that, which is going to be pretty cool. Soul gems are back, which is a rather important thing. The vehicles mod drops. Yes, there are different mod drops, which sometimes just drop stuff on the floor, so you could be driving along a road or something like that, and then all of a sudden this magic box will fall out of the sky. You open it, you get something out of it. So that's pretty cool. Probably a lot of people are probably wondering, when's it coming out? We want to know that. That's the major thing now. Well, here you go. Lucky people in America, September 20th. I did just say that, September, not October. September 20th. And for us in the UK and EU, it's September 25th. I don't know presently about Australia, but I'm guessing maybe it would come out with America, but it could be the 23rd, because I think it was about 3 days after America got it that Australia got it. But we'll see. I'll talk about it in the next one. Yeah, that's basically it, guys. I mean, that's just fantastic stuff so far. You know, this is what they've showed us so far in terms of, well, not us, but myself, finding it all out. I found all this out, so it is pretty interesting that all these different concepts, which have just been, like, you know, shoved into my head now, and it's all just rattling round, and I've got to try and remember all these names now: Spitfire and Hot Streak and Sure Shot, Stealth Elf, and all that. But there's plenty more to come in the future. Obviously, the next update will be coming out basically after this one, when it is uploaded. So, you know, stick around for that. If you are new to the channel and you're wondering, you know, what who are you? Subscribe to the channel, because there is gameplay still going up from Skylanders Trap Team. At the moment we're doing Splatoon, which is a super game, but I am definitely looking forward to this one. I cannot wait. I am super excited for this, and it's just been, I always say this, it's just so cool to be able to make these sort of videos and just, you know, let people enjoy them, and they can just be like, really, that's what's going to happen? Yes, it is. That's what I found out, and it's really, really cool. So there we go. So you can subscribe to the channel if you want to see any more. You can also comment down below, like I've said throughout the video. Give me your own little comments and feedback, and also rate the video so I know you're enjoying the news updates like you have in the previous ones. And yeah, I'll see you in the next news update, which will be coming after this one. So thank you very much for watching everything throughout this update. I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much, and goodbye.